Hello, and welcome to the 25th anniversary celebration of Two's Company, an amazing matchmaking business on the Gold Coast. We have an amazing event lined up for you for the next 2 hours. I'm Aldwyn Alternay, known as the Media Queen, and we have with us the founder of Two's Company, Tracey Korman, in the middle here. We have Michael Firth, who's going to be presenting some revolutionary advancements in anti-aging beauty technology today, and we are having a drink because it's a special celebration. Here's to Two's Company 25th anniversary. Congratulations, Tracey Korman. You are in the top 2% of all businesses making it to 25 years in business. Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers, everybody. And we've got some amazing content to share with you today.
Yay, brilliant. And we're going to have a drink while we're at it. So now we're going to put Michael into the green room. We'll come back to Michael at around 3:45. He's going to be presenting his bit. Thank you so much, Michael. We'll pop you back to the green room and I will talk a little bit more about Two's Company now and Tracey, the amazing Tracey Korman. Now, Two's Company, for those who don't know, is an amazing matchmaking service celebrating 25 years. In fact, the actual 25th anniversary is what day, Tracey? It
was the 23rd of October, 1995. And the best day for this event is today moving forward. Last month was not good astrologically.
Yes, absolutely. We're in Mercury retrograde. We've just come out of that, thank goodness. So now we are ready to celebrate. Now, a little bit of background on Two's Company. They've actually had 210 weddings that they know of, and thousands of relationships have been formed through this amazing service since 1995. Now, Tracey Korman herself has gone from being physically, mentally, and emotionally abused, depressed, and ripped off $300,000 in business to now be one of only 2% of businesses which have actually survived 25 years in business, which is absolutely extraordinary, Tracey. So proud of you. And something Tracey and I did together too is we launched the Gold Coast Business Laughter Club 2 years ago on the Gold Coast, and that was to reduce depression, anxiety, and suicide rates. And we donate to different charities every year. We help the homeless and we help the animals when we do those events. And we are also in a comedy duo together called the Fiddly Gigglers. And the Fiddly Gigglers are constantly hitting the GC spot. And here we are again hitting the GC spot with this fantastic celebration today. We have a 2-hour event coming up for you. We have Michael Firth coming up, who you just saw. And we also have Anastasha Grace, who's going to be presenting in the next 2 hours as well. She'll be coming on around 4 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. And she will be talking about how to have an amazing power couple and keep your relationship together, which will be extraordinary. Can't wait for that. She runs the Freedom Potential Centre with her partner, Martin Renault, and their business has been booming since COVID, absolutely booming, which is awesome. And it just goes to show that no matter what is happening out there, that you can create opportunity out of adversity. And in fact, more millionaires have been created than ever before out of times of depression, which is just phenomenal. Now, with Two's Company, they are it's an amazing service, and Tracey is going to chat a little bit more about that. Just to let you know, though, we are also doing 25 giveaways for live viewers on Facebook. We're streaming this to the Aldwyn Alternay Media Queen page on Facebook and to Media Queen TV on YouTube. Okay, so one of those two places, and to my profile as well here. We're streaming there, so you can watch the replay. And if you are on live, please say hello. Hello, here's Debbie saying hello. Hello, Debbie. Debbie Greaves is saying hi. Nice to see you, Debbie. If you are on, let us know where you're from.
Debbie's my line dancing teacher.
Oh, very cool.
Line dances.
Awesome. That is really cool. So, yes, Anastasha Grace, creating power couple, how to keep your relationship amazing over time. Now, PrimaSkin Australasia National Sales Manager is the title for Michael Firth. He's going to speak about the revolutionary new anti-aging beauty product. And Tracey is going to be launching today 25 tips to live your best life and find lasting love. Before we get to that, hello, Debbie's saying something else. God's Country, Pottsville. Oh, yes, beautiful spot there, Debbie. Yes, beautiful, gorgeous. Just northern New South Wales, stunning area. Almost as good as the Gold Coast here, almost as good there at Pottsville. It is nice in Pottsville. Now, Tracey, how does it feel? 25 years. I'm going to have another drink for you because it's an amazing achievement. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It's miraculous.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
does it feel? How you feel?
Well, I am celebrating. I don't drink a lot of alcohol, but I am drinking French champagne a little bit with my mineral water in my crystal champagne glass. So I'm certainly celebrating. Since last month, I've been celebrating. There's a lot to celebrate.
Yeah, fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant, Tracey. Now, it'd be great to see you just a little bit clear if we can, Tracey. Just bring your coming closer to your camera for a bit. We did talk about in the green room, but just to minimise the headspace, it'd be great to see. Or just tip your your there we go. Tip that forward a bit. There we go. There we go. Nothing like doing things on the floor. Yeah, a bit lower. Come forward more. If it's a laptop. Yeah, bring that webcam down. Just to avoid, see, this is something you need to think about really when you're doing a lot of Zoom calls. Think about tight framing around your face. You don't want too much wasted room, right? Because this is your online real estate. So there you go. There's a little tip for you. There we go. That's nice, Tracey. Now, look, it's phenomenal, not only that you've been in business for 25 years, but all the challenges you've overcome. And I'd love you to share a bit about that, about, how you've overcome your challenges. And, Tracey and I have got a 2-hour interview we've done together, which is on Media Queen TV, about how to overcome abuse and depression. We've both had depression over the years. We've shared heart to heart in that 1-hour interview. However, for those that haven't seen that and that are here today live, so you've been ripped off $300,000. You've overcome abuse and depression yourself. How have you overcome that? And what has that journey been like for you, Tracey?
Yes, I haven't shared publicly everything that happened. I did share a lot in that interview. I lost track the amount of times I was suicidal, and I hung on for my son. So people need to know that they just need to hang on, Aldwyn, for something and work towards getting well. Instead of taking my life, I drove to a hospital. So fortunately, that part of my brain was working where I wasn't prepared to leave my son behind. And then I've spent the last 20 years, in fact, recovering and healing from that episode, the incident that caused the post-traumatic stress disorder, which brought on the clinical depression. So there's some amazing life-changing tips that I'm going to share today for people to be able to live an amazing life and to create a great relationship at the same time.
Beautiful. Well, I would love to hear those 25 tips. Who else would like to hear the 25 tips? Nice to see you, Michael Thompson. We do movie review TV together. Michael's a dear friend. Good to see you, Michael. Yes, we are on a roll with this, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us, and Debbie for sharing the love as well. So 25 hot tips. I can't wait to hear this. So please, over to you, Tracey, with your 25 tips.
Yeah, so before I get to those, how about I just have a little to share that may be of interest to people. I didn't set out to be a solo business owner. My son was a small boy at the time, and I was going to work part-time. Anyway, in 1995, we took a lease in the Gateway building. There were 4 people at the time. I was one of them. There was no social media then, Aldwyn, no website. No cold calling ever took place. Radio 92.5 FM, Gold Coast Bulletin and CFM were a major way that the business began. We spent 15 years in the Gateway building, became affectionately known as the Gateway to Love. I appeared in the International Women's Day calendar for successful women on the Gold Coast. I did survive that incident in the year 2000 from an ex-partner, and that was 6 months after I ended a relationship. Post-traumatic stress disorder and clinical depression then changed everything. I lost real estate. I had a manager, which I put into the business. I stepped away and was a recluse for 2 years. And I'll share the tips now, shall I?
Yes, so these 25 tips, and I know Michael, he goes, let us hear the tips. Thank you, Michael. So the 25 tips to live your best life and find lasting love, and we're launching today a social media series of these 25 tips. So if you miss any, just stay tuned for the next 25 days. We will have them on social media. Yes, let's hear the 25 tips. Thank you, Michael, there too. Thank you, Tracey.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So 25 tips to living your best life and finding lasting love. Number 1, know that self-love and self-care are essential. Embrace it. Make self-love and self-care a priority in your life. This is the updated version, Aldrin, by the way.
Yes.
Number 2, be right within yourself or work on getting there, meaning be in a happy place. 3, learn to love yourself first, both inside and out, and then be yourself always. Learn about relationships and what makes them work. Number 4. Number 5, follow those learnings. For example, don't lose yourself or overinvest when dating or in a relationship. Number 6, focus on your own happiness. Often do things that you enjoy doing. 7, be honest with yourself, ongoing and with others. Have integrity. 8, always respect yourself and show respect towards others. 9, convey your needs well and communicate well in general. Also, or learn to do so. Don't make assumptions and listen. That's a great tip for relationships, healthy, lasting relationships. Number 10, know what you want in your life and a partner, and know what you need in a relationship, and work towards having both. 11, remember that balance is extremely important for a happy and healthy life. So let balance be a part of your experience. 12, be good with who you are, your character, and work on anything about yourself that can be improved. This will increase your self-confidence and self-esteem. 13, choose a partner with care. For example, someone that shows violence towards others or threatens is totally unsuitable. Abuse of any kind is totally unsuitable. Number 14, know that you are the leader in your life, and remember that. Commit to you and your individual life. This creates a spark and maintains chemistry in a relationship. 15, make smart decisions to minimize drama and adversity and take very good care of yourself mentally. Your brain can be your best asset. 16, allow time often for quiet and peace in your life. Learn to meditate and then get used to doing so regularly. Number 17, honor you often. Start with what you've achieved or overcome, or both. 18, ensure that you share similar values with a partner. For example, the type of lifestyle that you both want in your future, quiet and easygoing, or active and sporty. You want to buy a house and travel a lot, or you want to be a quiet couple in the countryside. And know your core values and don't compromise on those. 19, put into practice what you've learned about healthy relationships and what has life work well. Make this a priority. Number 20, go with the flow while not becoming complacent, and be willing to compromise. For example, what I mean there is if he likes to watch, war films, maybe you'll join him once or twice, Aldwyn, and it won't be all about you watching your girl flicks and your comedies.
Yes, or the footy or soccer.
Yes.
Sport.
Yes.
While they're going, yeah, go, you good thing, right? Whatever that, that kind of stuff, right? Get into it with them.
Number 21, have mutual respect for one another and show it. Abuse of any kind is unacceptable. 22, always practice appreciating a loved one. Share quality time together and apologize if necessary. 23, be kind yet never mistreated. 24, take time away from your phone and don't use it when you're on a date or catching up with a loved one. You want to feel seen and heard, and so do they. 25, be a positive individual. Optimism is bright, and life is better when we're optimistic. Be fun and have fun. And those 25 tips are life-changing, Aldwyn, and that's them shared.
Yay, that was awesome. Love them. Now, watching this, I know there's a whole lot of people watching this. What did you get from that? Which was your favorite tip? What was your favorite tip? I love the one about integrity, being honest. Actually, there's so many. Being kind, honoring yourself. So many great tips in there. What did you get? We're checking now to see how closely you were watching today. How closely were you listening today? What did you get out of that? Those watching this, Michael, Debbie, I can see you're on there. What did you get out of that? Which one do you like best? Which one of those tips do you like best? That is so great. And we do have these social media images coming out over the next 25 days, launching today, which is very exciting. Wow, that is so cool, Tracey. Thank you for putting that together, and thank you for sharing that wisdom with us. And of course, we do have 25 prizes as well to give away today, and I'm actually going to share into the comments the prizes. But while I do that, Tracey, would you like to explain what prizes we have to give away today, please?
I am giving away 25 introductions on behalf of my members, and I'm also giving away, Aldwyn, 25 months worth of matchmaking with memberships. So that's 25 introductions on behalf of my clients. People will need to submit a matchmaking form via chooscompany.com.au for the compatibility match. To see who they are best suited to. That's on behalf of my clients. And I decided I would give away 25 months in total worth of matchmaking membership with memberships.
Fantastic. And that's the website there up on the screen now. You can submit a matchmaking form via chooscompany.com.au for a complimentary compatibility match. And what is the value of the prizes we're doing today?
So that the complimentary introduction and the compatibility match is valued at $185. The 25 months will be part of membership. So I'm not able to value that at the moment because it'll depend on the type of membership that somebody wishes to enroll in.
Okay, got it. All right. And so that is in the comments now under Media Queen TV on YouTube, and also Aldwyn Alternate Media Queen page on Facebook. You'll see the link there directly where you can put in for a complimentary compatibility match, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for those amazing prizes. So the first 25 people will get that. Okay, first 25 people. So watching this right now, you're in good stead to be in the first 25. And love to hear being yourself. Here we go, doing what you like. Michael's saying what he got from your tips, doing what you like. Thank you, Michael. Yes, doing what you like and being yourself. Some great tips there, Michael. And Michael, have you found love, or are you being matchmaked by Tracey? What's happening with Michael's love life? I say I'm kind of cheeky because Michael and I do the movie review TV, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind sharing. Are you in a relationship, Michael, or are you single? Are you single? If you're single, ladies, we have maybe a single man in the house. If not, then maybe not a single man. But anyway, if you are single, please do mention in the comments, because we might even be able to matchmake you at the end of this 2-hour stream here. You never know, right? You never know. Maybe that, there's no coincidence that you're watching this right now. You're watching this stream. We might be creating love here. Matchmaking Queen Tracey, 210 weddings, thousands of relationships. Ask Genevieve. Michael says, ask Genevieve. Okay, ask Genevieve.
Introduced Michael, but he's a very social person as well. So he's out and about a lot, meeting lots of nice ladies.
Yes. Michael. Yes, I bet he's out and about a lot. Yes, you know what we mean, Tracey. Yes, okay. Well, great, Mike. Well, as long as you're getting a bit of action at the station, that's the main thing, right? Now, it's funny. Tracey and I have this in-house joke. Tracey said to me a while ago. Well, actually, there's two great lines, Tracey, I must say, two great words of wisdom I've had from you. One is that all the love you have for others is also there for you. I remember you saying that to me, and you've said it to me quite a few times. All the love that is there for others is also there for you. And the other great words of wisdom.
Inside of you.
It's all inside of you. That's right. It's inside of you. The love for others is also inside of you for you, right? And the other great words of wisdom you gave me is wait 6 months before you sleep with a guy, Aldwyn, right? And I remember saying to you, I could be dead in 6 months. I could be dead in 6 months, right? So no, the jury's out on that one, right? The jury's out. A lot of women have slept with a guy on the first date and ended up married, and maybe not a lot, but it has happened, right? So what do you think? If you're watching this right now, what do you think? How long should you wait before you sleep with a new love interest? What do you think? What do you think is the Bradley says hello Bradley. What do you think? How long should you wait to sleep with a partner? Okay, Tracey, maybe 6 months is a bit much. What do you think, Tracey? Back to you again on this topic.
Look, I think go slow. There's no need to rush. Connection and a lasting relationship is what you want. And if you go slow, there's more to enjoy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then if the connection is there and this person values you, then yes, of course, then that would be the next step. But I think to go slow, you actually go faster, if that makes sense.
Yeah, slow down to speed up, they say.
Yes.
Speed up. Yeah.
And it's all in my 25 tips. It's about valuing you and honoring you. So, yes, I say go slow and let the connection build slowly. And there's much to enjoy while you're doing that anyway.
Yeah, there's a big difference between lovemaking, between sensual lovemaking and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, right? There's a big difference. And, there's a place for both, I would say, at times. It depends how much time you've got in the day. Sometimes you just want to get a quickie out of the way and move on, But needless to say, I have been single for a long time. So listen to Tracey's advice over my advice, I would say, on this one.
You've got to remember, Aldwyn, that, I have experienced a lot of abuse in my past. So it's about honoring me and going slow and being with someone that values me. So it is different for everyone. I get that. But it's very important that someone value me and appreciate me. And I'm not going to know that in a few dates. So I think it depends on who you are, what you want. Get back to the 25 tips again about honoring you and what you want out of life. If you want quality or quantity. Everyone is different. It depends on what people want.
Yes, and practice safe sex at all times. Okay. Do we have a condom sponsor for today's event?
Definitely.
No condom sponsors. Well, we're looking for a condom sponsor at Two's company here. So if you are a condom manufacturer, safe sex is I'm in a bit of a funny mood today. It's all good. It's all good. I'd love to hear your comments on the live stream here. What are your thoughts about all of this? What do you think about love? And how can we best attract our soulmates? As Tracey just shared 25 amazing tips. What tips do you have for us? What have you experienced in your life that you can share? What wisdom can you share with us today? And Tracey, just for those who are in business, now we know that 80% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, and the next 5 years after that, 80% of those businesses fail. So really, the fact you've made 25 years in business, I mean, a lot of marriages don't last more than 5 years nowadays, right? And 60% of marriages end up in divorce. So here you are, you've made 25 years in business, you lasted longer than a lot of actual marriages out. It's like you've been married to your business 25 years. What are some of the tips you would say for longevity, to have longevity in business? What do you recommend?
Being professional, be committed.
Yes.
Take care of your business and your clients while you're taking care of yourself. I think that's a great place to start. Being professional, being committed, and taking care of the business and your clients while taking care of yourself.
Because people want to know that you care about them, right? Whether, they're in business, everyone wants love. At the end of the day, everyone wants love. Now, women seek love in a different way that men seek love. And in fact, the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, Men Are From Mars, is that right? Yeah, Men Are From Mars, Women From Venus. That's very interesting because it talks about men needing man cave time, right? For example, and there's certain things we need to understand about the opposite sex. As much as we may have our similarities, there's also certain things we need to respect about the opposite sex. And I do believe, if you go back to caveman times or back to tribal times, the women need their time together. The men need their time together. If the men go out hunting, the women go pick the berries. And then there's a time they come together and they come around the fireplace, they come and dance, they celebrate together. So having that time apart, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. Having that time apart is really crucial also to appreciate more of what you have together. So can you share a bit about that, Tracey? What we need to know about the opposite sex so that we can all have a more cohesive, beautiful relationship together?
Yeah, so that was mentioned in these 25 tips as well. An individual life is what creates the chemistry in a relationship. When people become over-invested and shut out their friends and their own interests, the spark starts to fade. Usually that's what happens. Whereas if you have two individuals and they come together, there's chemistry there and the spark is there. They're both living their separate lives and they come together and you've got chemistry then. Does that make sense? It really is. That's how it works. Make sense?
Yes. So respecting the other partner, and then values, as you say, values are really important. What are some ways people can work out their values and talk about that?
So just think about the things that are important to you, and the things that are close to your heart. What's in your heart? They're the things that you value the most. So for me, for example, my son and my humanitarian projects are very close to my heart. So that's something I highly value. And that's actually what I dedicated my future to in 2012, was my son and my charity goals. So think of the things that are important to you, most important to you in your life. They're your values.
Yes, beautiful. Well, I have a meowing cat at my feet here, would you believe? And
hello, Tiger.
He's been fed so many times today, and he just wants food all the time.
He doesn't want to miss out on the love.
He's a little boy.
Energy, The Gateway building was affectionately known after a time, the Gateway to Love.
The Gateway to Love.
Coming to that building, we were there for 15 years, and they would comment often on the energy that was in there, the vibe and the energy. People would often comment on that.
Yeah, it was, and you had some beautiful fountains at the. It was a beautiful setup you had there. You had a really zen space that you created at the Gateway building,
Area, yes, it was, because people need to feel relaxed, and often it's a big deal for people to walk into a matchmaking service.
Absolutely.
Even 20 years ago. So I wanted to welcome them and have them feel comfortable and relaxed. Yeah. But so then you went into the area where the team was, and the energy in there was so much good energy, and the love. People would comment on it.
Absolutely, it was amazing energy. I loved it. I felt relaxed from the moment I walked in. It was amazing. Okay. With, the crystals and everything as well. It was a really cool space. So well done on that. 13 years in the one building. I mean, that's
15 years.
15 years in the one building. Yeah, let's not get the facts there.
A couple of crystals around, yeah. I've still got crystals. I've got more crystals in my home. Love crystals.
My cat's being a little bugger. Oh God, as I say, I fed him a few times. Anyway, back to you.
It's the energy. It's the energy.
He just bit me, the little bugger. Cheeky, just give him love. Give him love. He's hurt.
He doesn't want to miss out on the love.
No, he just wants. He gets like this when I get on lives. It's so funny. It's like he wants my attention. He wants.
Yes.
I'm on a live. No, I want attention.
Yes.
Like a little 2-year-old kid, right?
Most people want more attention and more love the world over.
Yes, they do. Animals do too.
Appreciated, and they want attention and more love.
Yep. Human animals and animals in general, all beings want love, right? That's what we do. We seek love. And, matchmaking is fantastic because, we have now, I guess in the last 25 years, we've had a big shift in the way that people have been seeking love with all the online dating that's been happening, right? Mm-hmm. However, there are certain pitfalls to be aware of with online dating. So can you just share a little bit about some of the changes over the last 25 years and what are some things that make matchmaking so powerful as opposed to just sort of something like Tinder where they swipe left, swipe right and, on to the next? What is it about matchmaking that's so effective, the personalised matchmaking?
So you mentioned that company, Aldwin, and there was a program on Four Corners. Online dating, people need to be careful. There's a safety aspect that there's a lot going on there that people need to be careful. Yeah. Meet in the daylight, video chat, let people know, where you're going. And don't go back to somebody's home after you've just met, So 25 years ago, there was a stigma with using a dating service. And nowadays, it's almost fashionable for people to have their own matchmaking specialist or dating queen or a social secretary.
Or matchmaking queen.
A very successful man. He loves the thought of having his own social secretary whilst he's on this journey of finding his love partner.
Well, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you think we outsource so much, particularly if you're in business nowadays and you're really busy. It takes ages on those dating sites. It can absolutely do your head in. And I know as someone who's been on dating sites on and off, I mean, I could write, a whole Encyclopedia Britannica of shocking dating experiences. And there's been some nice people I've met along the way as well. However, it can absolutely do your head in and it takes so much time. So if you want to, focus on what you're great at, stay in flow with what you're really good at, outsource what you don't enjoy, outsource the matchmaking, leave it to the experts like Tracey here, leave it to her and her team that can actually find you an ideal match. 210 weddings, that's extraordinary, thousands of relationships. from the service, obviously you're doing something right there, Tracey, to be in business for so long and to have so much success and great results for your clients. So if you're watching this and you are a busy person and you just don't know where to start when it comes to this, or you're frustrated with the online dating world, then perhaps it's time to do something different, because if you keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same results, right? So leave it to the experts like Tracey. So great work, Tracey. It really is extraordinary what you have achieved. And, you've got such a great heart as well with everything you do. You're such a beautiful person. You've supported all the animal action events we've done over the years. You have your own animals you've had over the years as well. And, you just are an extraordinary person, an extraordinary human being, as well as someone who just contributes so much to the community. You've done the Vinnie's CEO Sleep Out as well. Would you like to share a little bit about that, about why supporting the homeless is so important for you?
When I was 17, I had the experience of feeling homeless. My parents separated when I was 15. I was heartbroken, and my father was selling the family home and he was moving on to a new relationship. And so I found myself in the situation where I had to find somewhere to live. Now, I was working after school part-time, so I was able to, I was actually offered a full-time job, and on the service desk, so servicing people from that early age. And then I was able to find a unit that I shared with a lady. So I was okay, but I had that feeling of being homeless. Yeah. And I just think in today's world, we're in 2020, with all the technology and the incredible world that we live in so many ways incredible. There shouldn't be people living on the street. I spent 5 years trying to raise the money to create a village for the Gold Coast. That would have pleased the council no end, to have them all out of the way. People don't end up on the street just because they do drugs or just because they don't want to work. People end up on the street homeless for many reasons. And it's difficult to climb up from there. If you're on the street, you might not have a mobile phone. You can't charge it always. And it's a long way back. And I just feel that I've got it in draft form, an incredible setup for the homeless on the Gold Coast. And the money that was spent on those lights on the Pacific Highway, announcing that you've arrived at the Gold Coast, which you can't see when you're traveling at 120k or 110k anyway. I heard that $1 million or $2 million or $3 million was spent on those lights. I've heard three figures. Now, that money would have created this village that I have written in draft form, with a 90-day program of how people can turn around their lives in 90 days.
Yeah, it's crazy.
On the streets in 2020.
It's crazy the amount of money that the government wastes on stupid things like those bloody lights, between the Gold Coast and Brisbane. Apparently, it's like Gold Coast. You've got to look really close at those dotted lights to even see it says the Gold Coast. And you can't stop there and take a photo like you can in Vegas with the Vegas sign, right? It's just absolutely total ridiculous waste of money. And now the federal government is now spending $10 million on an ad campaign to educate people about suicide. Well, we all know about suicide. We know the crap that's going on. So anyway, let's not get started on that. But yes, there's a lot that positive that can be done, and it's about raising awareness, and it's amazing what you do. And you've supported so many charities over time, Tracey, with Two's company, haven't you? What are some of the other charities you've supported? We'll be coming over to Michael Firth shortly.
But just through World Vision. A little girl from the age of 6, she was orphaned, and she's now 20 years of age. I sponsored her throughout her life, helped to provide for her family as well, sponsored other children through World Vision. I did whatever I could, Aldwyn. The business was thriving at one point, and Gold Coast Disadvantaged Children, the Gold Coast Abuse Trust, it's called something along those lines. Guide Dogs for the Blind, and the World Vision.
Fantastic.
The CEO Sleep Out. I've done that for a few years now. I took twice double the cardboard, and I had an extra piece of cardboard as a windbreak. Makes a great windbreak.
Amazing, phenomenal. And if people want to find a match, they can submit the matchmaking form via Two's Company, and
Yes.
the first 25 people are going to win. Just remind us of the prizes again today.
I'm giving away 25 introductions on behalf of my clients, so they can submit a matchmaking form via twoscompany.com.au for the complimentary compatibility match. See who I match them with, Aldwyn. That's valued at $185. And I'm
Fantastic.
also giving away 25 months worth of membership with membership.
That is awesome. Fantastic. That is a brilliant prize.
.au.
Yes, twoscompany.com.au. There it is again. I'll just put it here. We do have it up in the comments. So if you're watching this on Media Queen TV on YouTube or the Aldwyn Wilson Media Queen page, you will see that link there. The first 25 people will win all of that. And the value again is how much, Tracey, for all that?
$185.
$185 going for the first 25 people. Fantastic. Well, congratulations, Tracey. It really is extraordinary what you've been up to, and we will keep chatting with you. We are going to add now Michael Firth to the stream. Hello, Michael. Welcome.
Hey, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can. Thank you so much, Michael, for being with us today. And Michael is the am I saying PrimaSkin? Is that how you say it? Prima?
Yep.
PrimaSkin. Yep. PrimaSkin Australasia National Sales Manager. And you're going to speak about a revolutionary new anti-aging beauty product today, which I can't wait to hear about. So before we hand it over to you, Tracey, at this point, is there anything more that you want to say? Yes. I can see your finger.
What Mark was about to share now, this stuff is amazing. I used to spend a lot of money at day spas. So I've used some of the best skincare products. This stuff, I'm excited. No Botox for me.
Fantastic. Well, Michael, we're going to hand the floor over to you, and I will just remove myself from the stream now, and Tracey, and we'll go over to you to present your magic to us. Thank you so much, Michael.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And firstly, I just want to say again, congratulations, Tracey. 25 years in business. Having been a sales coach in the past 25 years is a mammoth effort. So congratulations and cheers to you. That's the first thing I want to say. And so, one of the things I was thinking, I know Tracey asked me to come and talk about the product, but a couple of the things I just heard you guys say, I think might be worthwhile kicking off with. That if you went before COVID, pre-COVID, we only kicked off this product in Australia about 8 weeks ago. But going back about a year and a half ago, I actually lost a business that I built for about 11, 12 years. And it was literally ripped off. It's a long story. I won't go into it. But it caused me to also get into a tailspin, as Tracey is a good friend well knows. And, the whole thing about optimism and, having gratitude. And that's what kept me focused through that, because I also hit that dark spot where you go, is there a rope to hang on to? Even to the point of driving an Uber. So I went from sales coach in the mortgage industry, earning 6 figures plus, with a nutrition business earning 6 figures plus, to driving Uber for $10 an hour in the middle of COVID. And it was a kick in the head, kick in the guts. And, I suppose what I'd say to anybody out there who's doing it tough in COVID right now, don't judge yourself by what you do. Yeah. Because if you've got the innate skills, abilities, and mindset, you can bounce back, and that's exactly what I've done as well. So I'm not saying that to boast or anything. I'm just saying that to say, hey, I've had the kick in the guts as well through COVID. And right now, like you said, Alwyn, more people make their fortunes during a depression than ever before. So tough times don't last, tough and innovative people really do. So Speaking of innovation, right? I really don't need to say anything about our product. Just got to get Tracey to talk for 2 minutes on her experience, and you'll all want it. Isn't that right? Actually, before we kick into this, Tracey, do me a favour. Just tell people what are the first 3 things or 2 things that you've noticed in this short time you've been using it.
So I had deep lines here. Anyone that knows me well or been around for a while, they were deep crevices, deep lines here, Michael. They're not like that anymore. And my décolletage, I spent the day on the beach on Sunday with some girlfriends, and I came home and I thought, oh, I should be using PrimaSkin here as well. So I started doing that, and I noticed a difference in a few days. Yesterday, this area was looking different, Michael. I am so excited to be able to share the benefits of this with people. I love it.
Beautiful. Well, that's common. What you're hearing, guys, is very common. And I might just add too, I'm 52 years of age. Hopefully I don't look it on camera, but and newly single for the ladies listening as well. They're in the Sunshine Coast. But I too have been using this product as well. And I've got to say, spraying this product on my face for a little while, I'm like, wow, saw results within just a few days. And then after a few weeks, I'm like, this is spectacular stuff. But what I noticed is exactly what Tracey just said. I then gone, oh my God, my neck makes me look old now. So I started spraying the neck as well to see results. So when I say this, there is nothing else out there remotely like PrimaSkin. So there's nothing you can actually be using right now and say, oh, I already used something like that. That's not the case. Let me explain what this product is. We've solved a problem that has been around since the first time someone uttered the word skincare, which is absorption. Because some of the ingredients that you'll hear about out there, and we're working very closely with skin educators, dermatologists, beauty therapists right across the country and in America as well. And what they'll say is, some of the best ingredients that you want out there are things like collagen, hyaluronic acid, glutathione, the master antioxidant in the body. I'll go into those in a sec. But the problem is that unless you're going to a beautician and having, needling and things like that done to help absorption, about less than 1% of the ingredients are actually becoming bioavailable and absorbed in where they need to be anyway. So what we've done, we actually have a proprietary nanotechnology process in the USA, and this has been going now for a while in the USA, but just launched 8 weeks ago in Australia. And it allows us to shrink the particle size of some of these critical nutrients for skin health so that they absorb straight into the skin. So one I mentioned before, collagen, it's the buzzword. People are drinking it, doing everything they can. We literally just have to spray it on. In fact, this is how hard the product is to use. So do only women use the product? And that's the beautiful bottle it comes in, by the way, ladies, right? Do only women use this product? Absolutely not. Stacks of guys. In fact, I just interviewed a gentleman this morning who's an admiral in the Navy. So this shows you. But why do guys love it? Because this is it. Take your glasses off first. That's it. I'm done. That is it. That's hard. You got to do that a couple of times a day, knowing that that mist literally absorbs. So collagen's one product, one thing that people want to get absorbing to where it needs to be. The other one is hyaluronic acid. If you're not aware, it holds about 1,000 times its own weight in water. So in a humid climate like, say, the Sunshine Coast here, a lot of the ladies, men, whatever, just saying, hey, I just spray that on and that's all I'm using. Whereas in drier climates, some people say, I really need to use moisturizer as well, because hyaluronic acid will grab moisture from the air and bring it into your skin. Whereas if you're in a dry climate, it's not there to do so. It actually needs moisturizer on top sometimes for some people, not for everyone. And the reason I'm here today is more about this word, glutathione. And that's something that Tracey is very passionate about, because glutathione, we're involved with a supplementation of glutathione for quite a long time. And what that does for your health is just amazing. And I don't mean taking glutathione orally, because it's a waste of time, doesn't get absorbed either. I'm talking about glutathione in the way we used to do it. But now, let me say, hold that thought, because our breakthrough is not just PrimaSkin. Our breakthrough is actually the nanosizing proprietary process that nobody else out there can actually do. There's nanosizing, and this is not an exact science, but just so you got it in your head right. If we went over and we took the building Tracey was in and we took it to a normal nano person, they might shrink it down to the size of a chair. So what we'd be doing is shrinking the same thing down to the size of an ant. So there's nanotechnology and there's nanotechnology. And the reason that ours works so well is basically how our process works, which we're not going to give away. But glutathione, which is one of the primary ingredients as well, is responsible for reducing inflammation at a cellular level in the skin. So if you can picture getting all of those ingredients and knowing they do absorb, which is rare, or if not happening at all, unless you go through to a proper beautician, it's just fantastic. So with that in mind, I think that's pretty much all I need to talk about, except one other thing I'd say. Because of the happy birthday celebrations today with Tracey, what we've done is we've given her a special code. So, cheers to Tracey. And if you want to use this code, you can try this product, not only try this product cheaper, but you can also get it risk-free, because even if you go and use her code and you'll get an extra 10% off the price and purchase it right now online, you'll actually get a 60-day money-back guarantee anyway. And I might add, how confident are we of the product? Well, we have less than a 1% return rate. That is unheard of when you offer a guarantee on a product like that. So the product actually works. About 80% of the people that have purchased this in the US went on to buy it every single month ongoing. Why? Because they saw the results. So the only final tip I would give anyone, if you do go down this path, and I know I was thinking about this before, Tracey, beauty starts from within. We all know that, right? It's not just surface deep. But you know what it's like when you look in the mirror and you go, hey, I'm looking like I did 10 or 20 years ago. You just feel great. And, of course, that impacts your confidence when you're talking with people, impacts your everyday life, and that's a big benefit of this product as well. So with that, I'll hand you guys back. And the code, I'm told, Old One, I think you've just popped it in the chat. If you click that code, and you'll get the 60-day money-back guarantee with that as well. So thank you for the invitation to come on board. I look forward to hopping on next next event you have as well, Tracey, when we're launching the nutrition supplement, because I think everyone would benefit from that as well.
Yes.
Or when you're muted.
Fantastic, Michael. Thank you so much.
I am passionate about people looking good and feeling good. You know, anyone that knows me well knows that. And yeah, I'm just delighted with this and to be sharing it.
Amazing. And you do look amazing for 86, Michael, I must say, looking amazing.
86 and single, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. Well, apparently people get more excited as they get older, apparently, in the bedroom. So those watching this, if you like what you see with Michael, please pop in the chat. I'm single too, and happy to go for a date. Okay.
I'm so excited. I tell you, I'm so excited. You know, no, it doesn't matter what happens in the past, people. The rest of your life can be the best of your life.
Hey, absolutely. Can I hop in and say one more thing? I just realised I forgot to say. Rather than just looking at Tracey and I and going, wow, they're frothing at the mouth, they're so excited. If you want to know why that is, if you click on that link and have a look, there are the one most common thing we get told, and I'll say it to you now so you already got it, is those pictures look too good to be true. That is the most common feedback we get. We get before and after photographs sent to us by users all the time. And every time we show them to people, they go, have you photoshopped that? And that's how good this product literally is. So if you're thinking that, remember, we wouldn't be giving a 60-day money-back guarantee because we're not lunatics unless this actually worked. So check out the photos on the page. They are real. And then get your own. And if you want to submit it to us, we'd love to see them as well.
Now, fantastic. Now, Michael, what sort of investment are we looking at? And is there a monthly investment required, or what? You know, what are we looking at?
No, and by the way, in case anyone's wondering, this is only sold through the website at this stage. We have a reseller model coming for some of the beauticians and so forth, but that's the only way it's sold. It's not going through any multi-levels or anything like that. And buying this product, when you buy it, normally it'll be $90, $90 plus GST and freight. Our opening special, we did $80, including GST and freight. But for Tracey at the moment, if you use her link on the page there and go straight through, typing in Tracey Korman, if you have to do it manually, if you forget, then you would get that for $72, including GST and freight. So it's compared to a lot of the skincare product prices out there, it's just crazy.
That is fantastic. That's a really great price. Fantastic. And it looks like it's doing wonders because you both look phenomenal. So thank you so much, Michael, for coming on and being with us today at our special 25th anniversary celebration of Two's Company. I know we have Anastasha Grace in the green room. So any final words, Michael, before we bring on Anastasha?
Just great event. I wasn't sure what to expect today, but I really enjoyed listening to you guys talking, and I'm going to hang in there for the rest of it as well myself.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. And
thank you.
For those watching, remember he's single. He's putting himself out there. Now it takes courage to do that, okay, to put yourself out there. So if you're watching this and you also, it's time for you, line in the sand, you're going to put yourself out there, meet a beautiful man. Here we go. Here's your opportunity. Just pop in the chat. I'm single and up for some action at the station, okay? There we go. And remember, wait 6 months, okay? 6 months. All right. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Oh, gosh, I do like to have some fun. And here's Anastasha Grace. Here she is. She's come. And thank you so much. Anastasia, thank you for joining us. And you've come out of an event to be with us today. Thank you so much. Cheers. We're having a drink today, Anastasia. So if you don't have champagne, that's all right. We'll just have more on your behalf. Okay. So we'll make sure that. Yeah. We'll make sure we make that happen. Now, Anastasia, now Tracey's been getting some coaching with you, and she's been raving about it. So before we introduce your topic, what you're going to talk about, can you just share a little bit about what you've been up to? And we know you've started the Freedom Potential Centre with Martin Renault, your amazing husband, and you've been packed out, you've been flat out for the last month. It's been phenomenal. So could you just share a little bit about your background before we get started with your topic, please?
Sure. Well, my background is heavily in business. I started my first business when I was 26, and I took it to multi-million-dollar business really, really fast within 4 years. So, like by the age of 30, I was already had 2 kids. I had a multi-million-dollar business. I was married, and life was absolutely, in normal terms, great. However, I had this dissatisfaction, this burning something inside of me, and that's when we moved to Australia. And things have changed for me a lot. When we moved, I actually got divorced soon after, probably about 4 years afterwards. After we moved, I walked away from our business that we've created here. Very highly paid job, from the house on the water, from the yacht and expensive cars. I walked away into absolute nothingness and dived into my spiritual development, and at the same time started really working on myself and like healing a lot of past and healing a lot of trauma, and also at the same time trying to understand why my relationship didn't work, why my marriage just started so greatly and with such growth and such a great success and such a great commitment, it just didn't survive 15 years and we were done. We were supposed to be married for the rest of our lives, and it just the love got dissolved. And that's when I really committed myself to the area of self-development, self-growth, healing. I am now actually in Master NLP practitioner training, up leveling again. I use multiple modalities in my work when I work with clients, and it's a range of modalities, which is healing and also psychology and behavioral cognitive coaching, where we look at behaviors and we'll also look at traumas that are still sitting there or lingering from the past, something that we've collected and something we have created through the life that doesn't allow us to have what we want to have. Why is it some people go out and have this incredible success and everything is amazing? For some other people, just can't get a partner, can't attract a partner, or every business venture ends in failure, or it's always like up and down. It all depends on what in our unconscious mind. So that's what I work with. I work with unconscious mind, looking for those patterns, looking for those blocks, and helping my clients to release it, unleash it, undo everything that has been done through the life. And the fact is, majority of what we've collected is actually already locked in by the age of 3 to 7 from your birth. That's when you already carrying all the blueprint about your self-worth, about you're good enough or not good enough, what you've done wrong, all your shame, guilt, worry, concern, insecurities, they're pretty much locked in very early in age. So by doing that work, you can unleash such great potential for yourself here and now. And that's what I'm passionate about. And my second passion, of course, is relationships, is love, is helping people come back from the past hurt, come back from past experiences, because through our life journey, we do collect all this woundings of betrayal, injustice, humiliation, rejection, abandonment. Those are basic ones only, and then and more and more. And come back into this union with yourself, alignment with yourself, and then also alignment with your partner, whether it's new partner that you're looking for and seeking for and learn and wanting to manifest, or your current partner, so you can live together and work together and create this magnificent relationship. Because what's our life without love anyway?
Well, that is true. We all want love, and I have this little prop here because that is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. All together now. Love is all you need. Campaign, I think. But anyway, love is all you need. Now, so absolutely, love is all you need. That's
actually, Aldwin, sometimes love isn't enough, which is why people need to learn how to have happy, healthy relationships lasting. Because sometimes love isn't enough.
Yes, or lives as well, right? Have you? Yeah.
Globally, love is all we need. Yes.
Love is not all you need. Love is not all you need.
Love is essential for us as species, as human beings, as the soul beings. Love is our first and foremost need, and also our essence, and also who we truly are inside. Relationships, they require a little bit more information, a little bit more knowledge, and a little bit more input, right? Because love is the feeling, relationship is a entity, is the being, is something that comes together and being created. It's a creation of two people. So that's what my program is about, and that's what I came here to talk to you about, which I call a power couple. And the reason I call it a power couple, it's not this definition of how it's used now in the celebrity world as they're wealthy and they're powerful, that's why they're power couple, but rather that you are both empowered in this union, in this relationship. It's a co-creation process of two empowered humans, and you co-create life, you co-create wealth, whatever the vision of your life that you desire, and at the same time staying connected emotionally, physically, sexually, mentally, energetically, spiritually. Because how many of you know of these couples that they work great together, but at the same time the emotional disconnection happens more and more and more, and then they cannot already connect in that beautiful vulnerability and trust that they had in the beginning, or they sexually they disconnect. And you have a great working union where you can and you communicate well, but at the same time, all this romance and that juiciness and all of that beautiful connection that we all love, that is gone.
Yes, and it's incredibly powerful when you can dig into the traumas and things from the past, like you mentioned. And in fact, recently it was proven scientifically we carry the DNA from 7 generations. And that is unbelievable. And so really to be able to sort of dig into that, which is stuff that there's no way in our conscious minds we can even fathom that, right? So to dig into that amazingly powerful, the quantum field, the unconscious, subconscious, to be able to dig into that. And I know, Anastasha, you've done a hell of a lot of work around personal development. You've done DeMartini method and a whole lot of other modalities. You're doing a course right now. In fact, would you like to share a little bit about some of the training that you've done to help to help you get to where you are, because you have celebrity clients, which we can't mention here. One of them is actually Tracey Korman. We can mention her, but she's one of the celebrity clients, and we have other celebrity clients. You've got amazing people from all over the world that you have as clients, and that, it's a journey of personal development and becoming the best version of you can, so you can assist others. So I'd love to hear some of the courses you've done and trainings you've done to help you get to where you are.
Yes, so my main modality that I use is called Spiral, and that is one of the most profound and most effective modalities out there, is to dig into your unconscious mind. And it basically uses the collaboration of many techniques and works on the level of mind, soul, and your emotional and your physical body as well, because we literally pulling out those trapped emotions from your field and from your body. All the negative emotions are stored in your body. You probably do know that, anger is stored in the liver. You might be familiar with that, because everything that we create within us, it doesn't go anywhere. It's always here. Say fearful emotions, they are affecting our kidney and our bladder. Grief affects our lungs, heart. Like we all say, like broken heart, right? The heart carries a lot of emotions, like vulnerability. When we close our heart, we cut ourselves off the vulnerability. So those like patterns or beliefs or emotions, whatever you call them, they are all in our field. And when we start working with them, I use kinesiology to test and using biofeedback and connecting with the client through the questions and through coaching questions, digging into what has happened. We go back into using timeline therapy. We go back in that moment and literally undo the event, and it's like a domino effect. If you say you go at the age of 3 and you release some hurt or a sense of betrayal or sense of abandonment in the age of 3, everything else like a domino falls down, and all of a sudden we have this beautiful being again, fully liberated, fully free and happy, without those programs. Imagine a computer. Imagine you have on your computer, so you imagine say your body is a computer and you have a software or you have a basic OS, and that OS running certain programs, and some of those programs are like viruses, and they just they just running on the background as a memory for your survival. However, they don't serve you now anymore. Why would you want to carry the pain of abandonment, or a pain of betrayal or rejection through all your life, just because your brain decided to record it for your safety? It's easier to drop it and come back to your true self, which is very loving, very trusting, very open, very magnetic, very alive. Tell me, Tracey, how do you feel after our sessions?
Anastasia, she said to me, I have 1 foot in and 1 foot out of my life. And she was right. For 20 years. And in the last 2 months working with her, I've been able to have shifts like never before. All kinds of abuse and an incredible shift. Incredible. And she doesn't know it yet, but I can share with her now. She's going to be my coach and my friend for as long as I can have that be. She, 20 years personal development. I tried everything that I knew, everything that I could possibly. And of course, they would have helped me along the way. But 1 foot in and 1 foot out of my life was not living. I'm now enjoying my life and I feel alive. And it's because of the sessions that I've had with Anastasha.
And isn't it incredible? Isn't it incredible to feel fully alive and fully yourself? It's the best feeling in the world. That's what. That's why. Cheers.
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. That's another, any reason to drink right now. No, it's 25th anniversary, and that is awesome.
Yes.
Wow, 20 years, amazing. Cheers.
Yes,
I'm drinking more for you. I'm drinking more for you.
Such a beautiful human being, and when you let that incredible beauty out from the pile of previous losses and hurts and disappointments and whatever the beliefs that were created or meanings were given to each and every event, remember, our brain doesn't stop. It records 24/7. The unconscious mind records 24/7. And once we remove all that and unleash that, this beautiful spirit, that you true self, what we call authentic self. Everyone talks around now, oh, look, you have to sound authentic, you got to feel authentic. And some people don't even know what authentic is, because they have either created a certain way of reacting to life, respond to life, or they just been suppressed so early in life that they don't even know what authentic is. But the true authentic self is when you dive in deep into your spirit and you emerge fully alive, so vibrant, no one can stop you. And then money starts coming in, and then relationships start coming in, and then different opportunities start coming in, and then you walk down the road and people smiling to you. Somehow the sun is shining and the life becomes vibrant, because you are vibrant, you are alive.
I love that. And we are talking today with Anastasha Grace, one of the co-founders of the Freedom Potential Center, about creating a power couple, how to keep your relationship amazing over time and how to keep you amazing over time. And any other tips on that, Anastasha Grace? We are celebrating also, of course, the Twos Company 25th anniversary, which is why we're having a little sippy on the champagne occasionally. Some of us having more sippies than other people here. However, it's okay, because we've got to share the love. Keep sharing the love right across the board, across the nations, okay, because that's what it's all about. So more tips on creating a power couple. The amazing Anastasha Grace with us today, who is an incredibly busy person. She's come out of another event to be with us today. Back to you, Anastasha. I'm sure you have much wisdom to share.
Oh, yes, it's my favorite subject, because so much beauty is born out of love of two people. It's like, two sparkles come together and it becomes a firework. I love love. I love unions. I love that connection that is created with, and what I know for myself, man and a woman, because that's my favorite way of being in a relationship. So I'm very passionate about connecting those unions and helping couples to grow together with beautiful communication. So what is in my power couple method? What includes there? What are the main points? Is that first one is empowerment. Empowerment is important, where in not one person in the couple is standing above or dictating, controlling, and another one has to change themselves or somehow submit, suppress it, like lower their sense of expression, sense of self-worth. That's not how the power couple works. It's two different beings, and with two different charges. Masculine and feminine are absolutely two different charges, but when they come in together as equals, that's when this incredible boom is happening. Another part of what's important for the power couple method is connection. Connection is required, and it's essential requirements that you want to connect, that you will open up yourself for connection, that you are ready for connection. So many people, even Tracey, in your, I'm sure amongst your clients, say, I want a relationship. However, internally, they're not actually ready to open themselves up for connection. They're not really ready to let someone in, or not fully ready to be completely vulnerable, because that's what love requires. For the deeper connection, if you want that incredible love, it means that you would have to crack yourself open. You would have to open your heart, your trust. And trust is not something that is deserving, like another person would have to deserve it. It's something that you hand over. It's something that you give. As soon as they show up in your world, it's your job to have so much ease and calmness and confidence in yourself and trust in yourself that everything is going to be okay, that you hand it over to another person. One more element of the power couple method that is important in my opinion is growth, because we're never the same. We're constantly growing, we're constantly changing. The person that goes to bed today is not the same person that wakes up tomorrow. Every event is happening in your life is changing you energetically. Our cells in the body renew themselves completely 100% every 7 years. Can you imagine if you're living with the same person? How can you have the same expectations when you were married, at 24, at the age of 35, and at the age of 40 or 44? You cannot have the same expectations. We're always growing, and then it's important to grow together. It takes effort. It takes intention from both parties to grow together, and not pretend that growth is not happening, or change is not happening. It's like, oh, I remember you like that. Well, wake up, because I am different. I am a woman going through her own cycles of change when she's becoming a mother. A man is going through his own change cycles when he goes through the stage of making a business or earning lots of money, and he's super focused on that, and then he would go into different stage of his life. So it's always changing, and change is okay. What else is important for a couple is the same vision for life. It might be changing again. Your vision when you were 21 and you were a couple could be different from your vision of life or your future when you're 45 and you're couple and 65, but it's got to be the same vision. You need to find a way to communicate and come together again and again and again. It's like, in the business, you create your mission, you create your vision, you have your systems, you move forward, and then you have board of directors meetings regularly to check that you are on the track, that maybe the strategy need to change, maybe you need to pivot in the business, maybe you need to expand, maybe you need to shrink, maybe you need to take other direction. So the same with a couple. So many people put all their attention into the business and coming home just to eat and sleep, and then somehow when a relationship is not flourishing, they're surprised. Especially men get really surprised. They I've seen this again and again. They're so shocked. It's like, what do you mean it's not great? It's amazing. I'm fed and I'm here and I'm getting enough rest. Life is great. However, the connection is starts disappearing because we're not putting enough attention into connection. What I also have on my list is passion for life. Because if you want to have this incredible relationship, you need to be passionate for life, and your partner as well. How are you going to keep up the vibrance? How are you going to keep it all on this high vibe? By staying in this high vibration yourself, and also helping your partner. Maybe sometimes if they lose the track of it, you can schedule date nights, you can schedule something exciting, getaways, changes, and so on, just to keep this vibe, to keep this energy going, because everything is energy around us, and where you direct this energy, that's where it expands, that's where it goes. if you focusing on your money and wealth creation in the company and business, that's what will grow. If you're focusing it on the family and your relationship or your couple, it will be also growing and also be flourishing and be going to be juicy and interesting and fun and connected. Well-being of your couple needs to be a priority. So a relationship, that is, if you want a great relationship, a great marriage, it needs to be in the top 3 priorities on your list. So what does that mean? It means that you need to look at your priorities. You need to actually sit down with your partner and ask each other, what are your values? What are your priorities in life? Where am I sitting in it? Where's family sitting? Where's money sitting? Where's the company? Where's your rest, health, and so on? Where is it all sitting on your priority list? And if you want a relationship to be strong and healthy for many, many years, it has to be at least in the top 3, or top 5. I prefer top 3. And similar values. Similar values, they don't have to be exact the same or they have to fully match, but similar values, because values give the direction to life. The way you want to live your life is defined by your values. Your values are not attitudes, they are not needs, they are not visions. It's something sometimes very unconscious and needs to be actually pulled out of you intentionally. It's not something that we walk around and saying, oh, these are my values. And usually until you do self-development and you go and start digging into yourself, they're not that obvious. So those conversations are really good to have, especially if you start dating someone. Sit down and have these conversations about values. What are you looking for in your life? What are your priorities? What drives you? What navigates that big, ship that you are? Because we are going to live together. If we are together, we need to navigate and steer in the same direction. If your desire to be there and my desire is to be there, we're going to have fun for 6 months, for a year, but that's how it's going to go. It's not going to go too far, and it's not. The reason I'm so passionate about relationship, because divorces are so painful, because separations are so incredibly painful, and they take such a big toll on our businesses, on our well-being, on our emotional well-being, on our mental well-being, on our sense of self-worth, sense of self-confidence. After I got, even though I was the one who initiated divorce, it took me 4 years to get back on my feet. 4 years of, coming back to trusting myself that I can actually live by myself and I can provide for myself, and then I'm okay, and I'm safe, and everything is not gonna crash down on me again. It's like your earth being taken, pulled out of underneath your feet. So it's so much easier to put effort into a beautiful relationship and nurture it and grow and take it seriously and put it as a priority than try to repatch yourself and by piece after. So that's why I'm so passionate, because the pain was so strong and I had to explain to my 2 children what was going on, and I had to see them going through it, and they completely couldn't understand what is happening, why mom, dad are not speaking, why is it like that. So unfortunately, lots of people are going through this experience nowadays, and divorce rate is so high. So the higher the divorce rate, the more passionate I am about the subject. Definitely effective communication, personal development, spending time together, being connected in intimacy. Like I teach every single client and sometimes every single person I come across who is in a marriage, schedule your sex. As simple as that. Schedule your date night, schedule your time together, schedule your sex, because that's intimacy, that's connection. That's where a woman comes into the place of surrender and trust, and allowing herself to soften up. That's when a man feels that he is powerful and strong, that he's on top of the world. This is incredible time that is often neglected in marriages. So many sexless marriages out there as well. And everything else put as a priority. Like, oh, what are we going to have for dinner? Sometimes becomes more important over a priority. Or let's check my child's homework. I'm busy. Than nurturing your love and connection. Who cares about this homework? This homework is not going to be existing or relevant in a few years. But your relationship, your connection, your human being is there. You gotta be living with yourself all your life. Would you rather be happy and loved and connected and joyous and nurtured, and also sharing this love with someone else and having those delicious moments and living like the care, no worries exist in the world? Right? Because you can choose to live this way. You can choose to set aside all little worries about your grocery list and make it unimportant and put what's really important on the top of your list.
Oh, wow. So many amazing tips there, Anastasha. My goodness, that is just awesome. I have so many questions. And for those watching here, if you have any questions for any of us here today, please pop them into the comments and we will come to you. So many questions. Now, Anastasha, people say when you meet the one. What do you say about that?
I would say there are two ways to, we get pulled together. One is through our animal body, because we are a spirit living in a physical body. So you gotta be always mindful that there is like this spiritual connection, the heart connection that we often have just with friends, and sometimes we call, soulmate could be not just the intimate relationship person, but soulmate could be your dearest friend that you always have, it's just like you have this understanding of each other, something familiar to you. So that's one way of connection. And there is another way, which is two animals coming together and they're just brought by this incredible passion, which could be very misleading because that might not last. What could happen is two biological pheromones attracted to another ones, and it just goes like, oh my God, this is so intense, this must be love. Sometimes that is not love, sometimes that is just two animals. And my experience with finding that true love is like this magnetic feeling inside of you. That's the closest that I can explain or kind of demonstrate, is like this magnet. And it doesn't have to have any logic or explanation or he's my type or not my type, or this is what I adore in people, that's what I don't adore in people. It's just kind of magnetism. And from there on, you can allow yourself to go and explore without expectations. The less you label things, especially in the beginning, going like, oh, that's it, you are the one, you are the best, everything is great, the less less confused you're going to be. The clearer you will see things. If you just start unfolding and exploring each other rather than like labeling it, going, okay, that's it. The biggest mistake I have ever made when I got back into the dating game after my divorce and I'd done my healing, is I went to psychic and she said, you're going to meet your soulmate soon. And I came out and like, and guess what? The first guy who messaged me, the first guy who messaged me that day, I labeled him as my soulmate, and I had most terrible, most excruciating 3 months of my life because he was so not stable in his connection, but I was so determined to name this. It was beautiful connection. Yes, it was very magnetic. It was very animal. And plus I received the message from, so I put a label on it and I held on to this, belief for as long as I could, until I could not anymore. I was like, this is not healthy. I'm crying every day. He is not actually really caring about my needs anymore, like much. Wake up. So yeah, allow it to explore, give it time. No one's actually rushing anywhere. There's nowhere to run, honestly. After being in a hurry all my life, I can now definitely say there's no rush. Just enjoy every single moment and allow each moment be this exploration of life.
Yeah, great tip. Now, Tracey and I were talking earlier because Tracey said to me, wait 6 months before you sleep with a man, Aldwin, right? That's her advice, right? And I said, look, Tracey, I could be dead in 6 months, right? And so what's your opinion on that? How long, like if you've got that magnetic animal attraction, a human animal attraction, you just want to get stuck into it, right? How long should you wait? What do you think?
I think it's strategy for every person. So individually, I could never be able to do that. So I will, and I would recommend my way as well, because my first husband and my second husband were, the minute we met, that was our first night. So it's very individual. And what you need to remember also, the sexual drive for each person is very different. So when you come in together in a relationship, make sure you are matching in your sexual drive. It's one of the basic human needs that you will not override with conviction, or or it's okay, he doesn't want as much as I do. However, long down the road, he will be totally in love, and then he will want sex every day. That's our mind speaking. Sexual need is the primary need, so you need to be very sober about that, and you got to know what are your needs and what are your capacities, and for each person they're different. Make sure they match. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for one person or another person.
Yes, great advice. Great advice. Does anyone have any questions for Anastasha? Some amazing tips. Tracey, do you have any questions for Anastasha?
I don't at the moment. I will when I see her next.
Bring it all into the session.
Tracey, do you have any struggles that your clients have with their relationships, or main questions? The main ones that I have is that I get across is always as I feel disconnected. I feel not heard. I feel not seen. I feel not understood. I feel not appreciated. And it all comes down to understanding each other and taking time to understand each other, because our psychology is different, our physiology is different, our backgrounds are different, our woundings that we carry are different, our love languages are different, our needs are different, our values are different. So you do need to take the time to explore and understand each other, and also have this hold, this frame of generosity. If I'm your partner and your needs to be stroked every day or hugged every day, I gotta take it on. It's my responsibility as your partner to provide that for you. I can't be greedy with it's like, oh, I don't like touching, so whatever. That's not a partnership. That's not a true connection. You need to learn to be generous, because if you're not, ask yourself, where in your life you're not generous with yourself? Where are you stingy with your self-love, with yourself? If you're not willing to give it to another person when they ask for kind words or hugs or attention or some care, it all comes back to you and to your own self-love and to your own self-worth. So the more you do work on yourself, the easier it gets. It just becomes just clearer, it just becomes so obvious. Then you go, oh, well, okay, it's so easy to resolve. So
I love it.
Good to share.
And what about the 5 love languages? Now, there's the book, The 5 Love Languages. So we have quality time, we have gifts, acts of service,
words
touch,
of affirmations,
words
and
of
touch.
affirmation.
Yes, words of affirmations is when we encourage another person, and because we are all kinesthetic, visual, auditory. So that's where the basis of those 5 languages are. Those are again, physiology. This is our sensory. This is how we see the world. I mostly hear the world rather than see it. Other people see it more or touch more. So you gotta understand another person so you can be more effective in your communication with them.
Yeah, beautiful. And to understand them, you need to get to know them and you need to communicate, right? And we talked about the other day, I did an interview with Anastasha Grace and Martin Renault from Freedom Potential Center, and we talked about the 3 C's of relationships. And I mentioned initially the old C's, now we've got the new C's. The old C's were compromise, commitment, and communication. And you said you don't like the word compromise, and we said we need to think of another C word, not that C word. So we came up with co-creation, right?
Co-creation. Imagine if you have co-creation, communication, and connection. How incredible is that? You always in this beautiful state, always.
Yeah. Fantastic. And you and Martin Renault, you're an amazing power couple. You married in a hot air balloon. Phenomenal story. If people want to hear the whole story, go to the interview that I did with Anastasha and Martin. And congratulations, Anastasha, on a fantastic success with the Freedom Potential Center, being booked from people all over the world, booked solid for the last month since you've opened. It's a live venue in Vasti Lakes, and also a hybrid space where you can do podcasting, you can stream online, full production facility there. Amazing space that you've created, and congratulations, you deserve every success that comes your way with that. And would you like to share, finally, before I know you need to get back to your event shortly, any tips on how to have a successful business, considering we're celebrating 25 years for Two's Company today? What sort of tips could you give? You've been through the ups and downs of business as well. What sort of business tips could you give people on how to have a long lasting business?
So my first kind of view on this, or advice about this, business is you. Everything comes from you. You are the person who is a founder, initiator. You are the holder of that, or you're the source where it all comes from, right? So when you are starting the business, you need to understand that for a while you would be putting lots of energy into it. It's like the wheel that you're starting, and the great quote from Grant Cardone I've heard in his book, I read in his book 10X, is if you think that you got this many resources, pretend to go till break even or to get to the profit line, pretend that you have to go 10 times more. The distance is 10 times longer, or you gotta push, or you gotta invest 10 times more. Can you still do it? Because usually when we start something, we're quite optimistic that it's going to go great. I'm just got 2 years and I'm break even, or I have this much profit. Business plans all look great, Make sure you have enough juice, so you have enough energy and resources to get you through no matter what in all these scenarios. Second, what was my pillar of success is team. My team was incredible, and I always was focused on having an incredible team. People are the biggest resource on this planet. So love your people, understand your people. That's where my love of psychology comes from, and human behavior is people, because I was always working with them, and you need to know how to motivate, how to lead, and how to encourage, how to inspire as a leader in the business. Systems, structures, they are foundations. They just imagine, like if you're building a house, you gotta have systems. So thinking about it right away. Business is it's when it's started by a young person is usually like an adventure quest. When it's started by mature person is usually this exercise of maturity. So be mindful that the business will be growing through different stages, just like a baby. In the beginning, you can't take your eyes off them; they're just crawling. And Tracey's business it's already a university graduate, right? So this is very solid, and not many businesses are actually able to live to that age. That's an incredible distinction. So yeah, business first and foremost is expression of you. So it's a great reflection of who you are, and it will always respond to what is going on within you. I love business as well because it's such a great self-development journey, just as a relationship. Everything actually around us is a self-development journey, and the business and relationship are the most right in your face. If you have money or you don't have money, you have people leaving you, whatever is going on, check in with yourself. It's always coming back to your own responsibility. Blaming outside forces is not going to give you anything. It's not going to in any way, shape or form give you any kind of benefit. Come back to yourself. Look inside. That's my recommendation.
I love that. And that's part of actually Tracey's 25 tips she shared today was about honoring yourself and coming from that loving space yourself, because as Tracey says, all the love that you have for others is also there inside you for you as well, right?
Beautiful.
So yeah, very important. Wow, it's been so fantastic hearing from you, Anastasha. Any final comments you'd like to make before we go back to Tracey?
Oh, thank you, ladies. It's such a pleasure to know you both, and especially Tracey. She's an absolutely wonderful human being, full of heart, and yes, full of that joyous spirit for love. And I absolutely love what you do, bringing people together. And from the bottom of my heart, congratulations on this celebration. I'm so happy that you've taken this time to really dive into this celebration. All in, and that's how we need to celebrate life, right? We don't stop often enough to celebrate, to acknowledge what we have done, what the path it has been. We are kind of rushing forward. Celebrations are so important. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Anastasha, if people want to connect with you, maybe do some coaching with you, where can they find you?
AnastashaGrace.com, or you can find me on Facebook as well. My page is Anastasha Grace Healing. You can find me on this event as well. Facebook, YouTube, Anastasha Grace, Instagram, Anastasha Grace. Please do reach out. My first session I give for free, 30-minute consultation, 30-minute quick diagnostic and session. It will give you a really good feel and understanding of what I can do and what is available for you out there.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, I could listen to you all day, Anastasha. And for those that don't know, you have Russian background, and also to have a successful business in Australia, as a someone who wasn't born here, it's phenomenal what you've created. And Martin as well, being French Canadian. So, do you want to share anything about that? About any challenges coming to have a business in Australia from a European background? How's that been for you?
Oh, it was incredibly difficult. It was probably first few most difficult years of my life, because I've moved here with my first husband. I was 33, 34, and we left. We both had very successful businesses in Russia, and we moved here, started from scratch. And as person who I spoke English, she didn't speak any English. I took everything onto myself, and it was a very, very incredible, difficult road, and like nervous breakdowns that I had at those moments. It's like when I look back at it, I was going, oh my God, it was so brave. Hardly any language, and learning all the ropes, and especially that I started with very difficult business in CCTVs, security systems, surveillance. It's a very, structured industry, male dominated, and lots of big players. It was quite a learning curve for me. And eventually we had a restaurant. We opened the restaurant, and that was a successful venture that I had with my ex-husband. And afterwards, I went on to open a few more business ventures and consult to businesses, until I decided to fully commit myself to coaching work and personal development and love and relationships.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations to you. What a challenge that must have been. And, you're extraordinary. And what you do with Martin is just wonderful with the Freedom Potential Centre. And your coaching work is obviously transformational. And for Tracey to say that, I've known Tracey for a long time. We've known each other over 15 years. And for her to say in the 20 years that your work has been so amazing, your coaching, that says a lot in itself. So thank you for the great work you do, Anastasha. And for coming with us today. Tracey, anything more you want to say to Anastasha before she runs off?
Beautiful. And I look forward to seeing you next.
Yes. We'll see each other soon. Bye.
Bye, Anastasha. Mwah.
Bye.
See you. Sending you love.
Drink some champagne for me.
I'm drinking for you. Cheers to Anastasha. Yay.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Oh, what a beautiful lady. Amazing, amazing. Beautiful on the inside and out. Extraordinary, amazing wisdom that was just shared there. What did you get from all of that, Tracey?
Yes, she's amazing. And, I've got 25 years of personal development, quite extensive, but she is something else. Yeah, she's amazing. She's definitely has a gift. Definitely has a gift with the work that she's doing,
Absolutely. And in fact, Tracey, there's something people may not know about you, is you are also a coach and a counsellor yourself, and you also help a lot of people with that. So would you like to share a little bit about what you do? And all coaches need coaches, right? And, I have multiple coaches and mentors myself, and, we never learn less, right? We're always learning. So you want to make sure that if you don't have a great coach or mentor, that you actually get yourself some great team players, because they're all part of your team, right? So maybe if you could share a little bit about that for anyone that wants coaching or counselling from you, Tracey, because you're also extraordinary at that.
Well, I became a qualified counsellor in 2012 or 13, and I specialise in mental health, trauma and relationship issues. All my clients, Aldwyn, have done incredibly well, all of them. So I'm actually thrilled about that, of course. I offer to work with the homeless for free. And having survived what I have a gift of being able to sit across from someone and know where they're at and, how they're feeling. When you've experienced the abuse that I have, you instantly know where somebody's at, and I know how to help them. So that's great. And I have clients that they might be overcoming a divorce or abuse, or they're struggling with their dating for various reasons. They're triggered, and so it's just great that I can effortlessly assist them on their journey.
Absolutely. And we've both done Landmark Forum, among other programs. And, for me personally, that was a transformational program for me, doing Landmark, and definitely the cheapest, most effective thing I did back in 2006. And I know it's not for everyone. However, for me, it's been extraordinary. In fact, in the Self-Expression Leadership Program, I created the Animal Action Day, world's first Animal Action Day, created a Good News Day and another event of Landmark. So that's been a really fantastic one for me. And I've done NLP and DeMartini method and hypnotherapy and all sorts of family constellation work and all sorts of things, intuitive work. In fact, Elena Massey just commented here, the intuitionist. I've done some work with her as well, and she's awesome. So there's lots of different modalities of training, and you just I just love the whole world of it. I love going digging deeper and deeper and deeper, and uncovering those gems that are there within each of us, and achieving our full potential. It's multi-layered, this achieving our full potential. I don't think it's just something that just happens suddenly. I think it's a process, it's a journey that we go on, much like having a business. It's a journey you go on. There's going to be times, like the roller coaster of life. You're going to have times you're going to feel on top of the world, and there's times you're going to feel at the bottom, and then there's times you're going to feel like you're going round and round circles. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're going backwards, and sometimes we need to slow down to speed up. Right. And this is the journey of life. It's stay on that roller coaster of life, right? Like, just strap yourself in. I didn't say strap on, although I know some of you are thinking that. That is not what I said. I said strap in. Okay, strap yourself in on that roller coaster of life. I'm being cheeky now. Strap yourself in and stay on that roller coaster of life, right? Because it is an extraordinary ride that we have. It's an extraordinary gift we have, this gift of life. You are a miracle just by being born. You are 1 in a billion just by being born. And often people don't realize this. However, I just like you to know that I believe in the power of one, and I believe in you, and anything is possible for you. And Tracey, you are a fantastic example of that, someone who's overcome so much hardship yourself, and you've had a successful business now 25 years. I mean, did you ever think when you started your business that you would be here 25 years later and sharing your story?
Sure. I thought that yes, that there would be a legacy. Yeah. I learned so much. I moved from Melbourne in 1995. Actually came here for the weather and the beach, and I learned so much about people and the things that can happen in life. I was naive and gullible then. I'm neither now, and I learned so much. And overcoming is. I can really help others. All they need to do is reach out, and I'm here to help people however I can, Aldwyn. Yeah.
Wonderful. And watching this, thank you so much for all of our live viewers, everyone watching this. If you have any questions, comments, ahas, something you've got out of today, please pop into the comments. We can share it on the screen. If you have any questions, pop them in and we can answer them now live for you. We do have 25 prizes to give away, very generously donated by Tracey Korman here from T's Company. I'm going to pop that link up here. And if you could just share a little bit more about that, please, Tracey, so people can do that.
So there's 25 introductions for the singles, and they simply submit a matchmaking form at the website. That's on behalf of my clients. And I'm giving away 25 months worth of matchmaking membership with memberships as well. So, and tcompany.com.au, they can submit a matchmaking form, and that starts the process of the complementary compatibility match.
And the value again of that is?
Well, the value of the complimentary introduction and compatibility match is $185. the 25 months in membership will vary depending on, the type of membership that people enroll in.
Wonderful. And it's all there, right there on the screen, toothscompany.com.au/traditional matchmaking. You can pop on the link. It is also in the comments as well. So the first 25 people will get that prize. Thank you so much, Tracey. That's wonderful. So if you are single and if you've been, maybe wanting some love in your life, wanting some love externally in your life, some touch, we all need some touch, right, occasionally, some touch and some loving and some connection, then connect here with toothscompany.com.au, connect with Tracey. She is the matchmaking queen, and through Tooth's Company over the last 25 years, 210 marriages, thousands of happy couples. What an extraordinary contribution you have made so far, Tracey. And I know you are looking to build the team. Is that correct? You're looking for a possible investor. Is that correct at the moment?
Yes, I won't grow the business again myself, Aldwyn. When I returned after I had a manager run the business for a few years, I returned part-time in 2009. And I thought I'd scale things down to suit my life a bit better. So that's what took place. But there is business inquiries are welcome. There's an exceptional opportunity here with Too's Company. And my office direct number, Aldwyn, is probably the best way people can contact me. So my office number is 0405 536 155. So, yes, there is an exceptional business opportunity here. I won't grow a team again myself. I will stay on board, though. I've got charity projects and I need to eat sometimes. So I'll continue working for, I'll be around for 3 to 5 years, I imagine, at least. And that ensures the success of the business moving forward, because I've got, with the 25 years, you know what works, you know what doesn't work, you know what's fantastic to do and try and implement. I've got systems that work extremely well. So, yes, there's certainly an exceptional opportunity here for the right person.
And the dating business, it's a big business. And you had how many staff at one point in the Gateway building?
13. Had a team of 13.
Team of 13. Yeah, amazing. So, you know how to manage teams, you know how to lead, you've got great systems in place, you know what works, what doesn't work. And matchmaking is certainly something unique and different in today's world. And it is that specialized service. So if you're sick of the online dating or you're sick of being single and you want an expert on your team to help you with this, Too's Company is your solution. Tracey Korman's your girl, matchmaking queen, and a fantastic service there. Really wonderful. And it was great being at La Piazza recently. And Michael, I know you were there, Michael and several others, La Piazza, and you had one of your happy couples there, which was just so beautiful.
There was actually 3 happy couples there, Aldwyn.
3 happy couples. There were 3 happy couples. And they were all matched back by you, were they? All of them?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
So the lady sitting at the end of the table, 20 years with her partner, and they travelled and bought a home together and had a beautiful marriage. He's actually passed on a few months ago, and I said to her, come out if you feel you'd like to. So she shared, an amazing 20 years with him. And then the couple that appeared in the Gold Coast Bulletin article, they've been together for 11 years. And then the other couple sitting up at the end of the table towards me, they've been together 5 years. That lady's 57, Aldwyn, and the testimony was actually on the website. She said she's 57 years of age and she's never known love like she does now with the gentleman that I introduced her to. So that's encouraging for the singles out there. She's 57, she's been married, she's had long-term relationships, and yet the love she's experiencing now with this gentleman is like nothing that she has known before. So that's encouraging,
Extraordinary. Yeah, it's really wonderful. And you said there was another couple that that the lady said about she has somewhere to lay her head.
That's one of my favourite happy couples, Aldwyn. A, because of what she said in her testimonial, but B, the photograph. It's just beautiful. And this lady said, as part of her testimonial, it's wonderful knowing I now have somewhere to finally rest my head or lay my head. A beautiful couple.
Really wonderful. And we have just launched today, and I've just checked on my Facebook. The first tip is out there, tip 1 of 25 of live your best life and have lasting love, which Tracey shared at the beginning of this live stream. Know that self-love and self-care are essential. Embrace them. Make them a priority in your life. So tip 1 is out there. We're doing 25 tips over the next month or so. So check them out on social media, and love to hear your comments, what you think of all of the tips and what you've thought of today. If you've been watching this live, we are going to wrap up very shortly. Please pop into the comments anything you've got out of today. What's some gems of wisdom? We have shared so much amazing information today with Michael Firth and Anastasha Grace. Phenomenal information, and a beautiful Tracey Korman here, who's the other half of the Fiddly Gigglers and the Gold Coast Business Laughter Club that we created together, as well as having a very successful Two's Company 25th year anniversary celebration. Very, very exciting. Congratulations to you once again, Tracey. It really is such an honor to be part of this. Thank you so much for being such an amazing friend and such a beautiful person in my life. I am so grateful for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Aldwyn, and for your authentic, wonderful friendship as well. Yes, thank you. And, 60% of marriages end in divorce. So moving forward, people learning how to have happy, healthy relationships, I think, is incredibly important. So that's why I'm now sharing this information throughout Two's Company, and with Anastasha as well, and other coaches, and people weren't taught how to have lasting, happy relationships. Okay, and people that marry before 30 years of age, 77% chance. Sorry, I've got that wrong. 77% of people cohabitate before marrying, but the odds are stacked against them, the young people that are marrying. So learning about relationships, what works and what doesn't, is so important, because we're talking about families being either together or falling apart,
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Society in general, and there's more and more information being shared now about what works and what doesn't in relationships. So I encourage people to seek out that information, and these 25 tips that are coming out, there's some fantastic, life-changing information there. I now want people to feel joy, know joy, be happy, feel grateful. Gratitude changes life chemistry, and it's life-changing. And if I spend the next 50 years encouraging people and assisting people to live better lives and have better relationships, and doing what else I choose to do on my journey, well then it's a wonderful thing,
And you have already made such a big difference for so many people, Tracey, and it's just the beginning. 25 years, just the beginning. So if you are interested in investing in Two's Company, there's a great opportunity there that Tracey mentioned. You can win if you're one of the first 25 people. I'm going to pop that link up there again to submit a matchmaking form via twoscompany.com.au. One of the first 25 people, you win an amazing prize there, personalised matchmaking. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, thank you to Michael Firth, of course, as well. You have a great opportunity here to receive 10% discount from PrimaSkin as well. There's the link for that. It's all in the comments here, wherever you're watching this, in Media Queen TV on YouTube, the channel, or Aldwyn Alternate Media Queen on Facebook. Wherever you're watching this, there's all the links there. Congratulations once again, Tracey. Any final words before we wrap up?
This PrimaSkin's amazing. I have got some quotes to share, Aldwin.
Beautiful.
No matter what happens in life, you can make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Love it.
I love that. I love that quote. No matter what happens, people, no matter what happens in life, you can make the rest of your life the best of your life.
And what beautiful final words there from Tracey Korman, the matchmaking queen, founder of Two's Company. Congratulations on your 25th anniversary celebration. And it's a wrap today. Make sure you connect on twoscompany.com.au and please stay connected, communicate with your partners. Happy relationships lead to happy lives, and it's important to be happy as well within yourself. So if you need any assistance with that, we've shared so much with you today. Please pop your comments. Thanks very much. Fabulous live. We've got awesome comments here. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, Anastasha. Elena's saying thanks very much. And Michael's asking, when's the next Laughter Club event? Michael, we were just chatting about that earlier. Tracey and I, is that we're missing the Gold Coast Business Laughter Club. So stay tuned. And I just want to put that blue wig back on again for the fiddly gigglers, Tracey to get her blonde wig on and do our little thing. So can't wait to get back into the fiddly gigglers as well. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for being such a great supporter of our Gold Coast Business Laughter Club events. And thank you to everyone who supported that over the years and everyone who supported the Animal Action events, including Two's Company, being great supporters of the Animal Action events over the years. And thank you to everyone who supported Two's Company 25 years. I'm sure Two's Company would not be here 25 years on if you have not supported it. So thank you if you're a client or customer of Two's Company. Thank you so much for your support. If you're one of the happy couples, love to hear from you. Pop into the chat. What's it been like for you working with Two's Company? Be great to hear from you in the chat here. Any final words, Miss Tracey Korman?
Yes, there's people out there that still have membership time remaining with Two's Company. All you need to do is get in touch. And another quote, don't ask for an easier life, ask to be a stronger person.
Love that. Very cool. And I have one too from Gandhi. Be the change you want to see in the world. If you want more love, you bring more love, right? You put out what you want. What you think about and think about, you bring about. So here's to more love across the nations, more love with Two's Company. Congratulations once again. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Everyone who's joined us with the live stream. Lots of love to you. And please pop in the chat what you thought today, what you got out of it, and share the love if you like what you have seen. Thanks once again. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world, and keep spreading the love. Bye for now.